All right, welcome back to another Star Trek Rewatch. And this week we'll be doing Tomorrow Was Yesterday. I'm coming at you once again from my son's bedroom. And this one is called, did I already say that? Tomorrow Was Yesterday? I think I already said that. All right, this is episode number 19 in broadcast order, episode number 21 in production order. The episode was filmed in November of 1966. We have a script here written by the great Dorothy Fontana. She goes by DC, her initials. The director was Michael O'Harley, the composer Alexander Courage, and the photographic effects were done by the Westheimer Company. As usual, I will be reading from the Alan Asherman Star Trek Compendium. This is a great book. I use this for every episode. And I'm not really going to have a whole lot to say about this one. I'm going to give the death count up front. Nobody dies in this episode. Last week I forgot to do the death tally. So we had 2 deaths in Arena last week. So we are up to 25 crewman deaths for the series. I really expected it to be a lot higher than that at this point. But hopefully we'll make up for it in this last run here. These last, I don't know, dozen episodes, or I guess there's less than a dozen left, aren't there? Season 1's is winding down. We're in the back half now. All right, here we go. After an encounter with the gravitational forces of a black star, the Enterprise is hurled backward in time to the 20th century. Flying over Nebraska, the starship is sighted and classified as a UFO. Air Force pilot Captain John Christopher photographs the Enterprise with his jet's wing cameras, and this is actor actor Roger Perry. Roger Perry plays Captain Christopher here. All right. So he photographs the Enterprise with his jet's wing cameras. When his jet is accidentally destroyed by the ship's tractor beam, he's transported aboard. This leaves Kirk and company with 3 problems. Number 1, retrieving the film. Number 2, getting the pilot back where he belongs. And number 3, returning to their own time without changing history. Now, we had the time travel element introduced in The Naked Time when Scotty had to cold start the engines with the inner formula mix that Spock made, and it threw them back, I think, a week. So they learned in that episode that time travel was possible. And this is our second time travel episode. It's a little bit different here. It still has to do with I don't know, some weird timey-wimey mechanics. This time it was the gravitational pull of a star. They ran the engines in full reverse. So both time travel thingies here, bit different, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm not going to try to get into the mechanics of it. It's just a time travel episode. So it says, after the film is obtained, Scotty duplicates the slingshot effect that was responsible for their time accident, and the Enterprise returns home. Let's see. The Enterprise's return trip provides a springboard for other time travel excursions, such as Assignment Earth. Okay. Tomorrow is Yesterday is one of the most popular Star Trek episodes. The high opinion that most fans have for the adventure is easily understandable. It's the answer to a trekker's daydreams. Most fantasized tales most fanzine tales concern someone, usually a chief character, based upon the story's writer, who becomes involved with the Enterprise and beams up to share an adventure with Kirk and company. Yada yada yada. I'm not going to read the rest of this. The problem that we have here with Christopher is that first Kirk is like, I'm not going to send you back because it could screw up the timeline. But upon further inspection, find out that Captain Christopher has a son who's not yet born that is going to be really important in the space race. So they're tying in real current events from the 1960s into this episode, which is really interesting. The only thing about this one that I kind of have questions about is at the end when the Enterprise does slingshot back, duplicating the effect to return to their own time. They beam down Captain Christopher and the security guard that they interact with. Kirk has another great fight sequence in this one. And there's a lot of humor in this one. But when they beam them down, back into their, I guess they beam them back into their bodies. So what exactly is happening here? They're beaming them into themselves while they're time traveling. It just seems weird. The ship is displaced from time and then beaming these people into themselves. So what how does that work? I don't know, it's a weird mechanic. It's like if you beam yourself into yourself. Do you understand where I'm coming from with that? It's kind of bizarre. So I think in modern sense, like if you were to do this now, to rewrite that mechanic of the episode, like they've done this in Star Trek: The Next Generation, which was the next in the series where they've had people interact with other people that aren't supposed to know, and they erase their memory, kind of like the flashy light thing from Men in Black, just to block out their memory from like the past 24 hours or so. Uh, Dr. Pulaski does this in an episode called Pen Pals in season 2 of Star Trek: The Next Generation. But I think that episode was called Pen Pals. She erases part of a little girl's mind, so she doesn't remember her interactions with Lieutenant Commander Data. Anyways, that's kind of a weird mechanic. Other than that, this is a great one. It's got a lot of humor in it. Like I said, I really enjoy this one, despite its weird, wonky mechanic towards the end. I think that seeing Sulu get to go down and his excitement at interacting with like the 20th century base there. I think it's Omaha Station. That was really cool. I think the part where the guy says he's going to lock Kirk up for like 200 years and Kirk is like, that ought to be just about right. That's really funny. Dorothy Fontana, great writer. She always seems to turn in really good scripts. She writes characters very well. So I don't really have a whole lot else to say about this one. Let me know what you think about it. And I think I don't remember what next week's episode is. I think it's court martial. I think next week is court martial. So we'll have another trial episode similar to the Menagerie part 1 and 2. We're going to get to see, another military tribunal. All right. Let me know what you think about this one below. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.